old, you know.
Aye.
This is our kuko. So,
And this
oh,
is
so this is as far as we've ever been. I mean, I know it
yeah.
goes further back,
At
but
one
this is
point,
as far as
this right here is a result of the Keiki not being able to come maintain the land because out of fear to be arrested, because yeah, at one point we had this all immaculate and
right.
full of taro, but like
Oh,
all
I
this
can see
time,
them right here.
all this, yeah, I get this one patches growing,
Right.
but because all this since last year we've been under threat of like arrests. I mean, last year we were first getting notices, but into this year in the last couple months, there's been cops already coming. One day I was over here, there was a big burn pile right here. And you know already, you got a call for a permit.
Right.
I made a fire over here. Next thing you know, oh, Makai coming in, 2 cops, and then right there. Oh, they full on. They've been doing a criminal investigation for months, like
Basically
like
trying
on
to
us.
get you guys out of here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and then like it's been leading up to this point, you know.
Right.
But like because of that, like whole criminal investigation, and they don't come nighttime, but me and the boys, we're here every night. We come here, we sleep on the aina,
Right.
and we say,
Right.
hold it. We come, I come at nighttime. You know already, it's cool. It's more easy for go
Right.
work in the
Yep.
loi. You still make minuhuni action, but
Yeah.
and then a lot of the time, like daytime and stuff, we would just go out hana and whatnot,
Yeah.
but. Because of that and all the pilikia going on, we haven't really been fully being able to like malama the aina because out of we at threat of getting arrested and whatnot. But it's still just gotta go malama.
Yeah.
It's freaking. At one point we had this all freaking full of taro.
You used to have that side over there too.
All taro in the back
Whoa.
too. Big taro, like big too. The kalo was more tall than me. I get pictures, everything, like fat taro patches, all thriving, like kind of like Uncle Jerry, Konanui guys, like
Right.
big eye, and like all mulched, all nice, coconut. I think it was because when we first was planting and Kanui Naina was all virgin. The soil was all
Yeah. Yeah.
all full of organic matter and eat, because we've been planting kalo over here for some years now, and I watch every year. I watch the taro get smaller like every cycle, and because me and Kaimi, we weren't really like we're not the kind throw fertilizer and any kind. We're trying to do it all old kahiko kind,
Right.
and we never really input too much organic matter back in the ground, but all the mulch and stuff, that's like kind of our attempt to try to just like have the mulch break down and just feed the soil and like back there, we can go walk a little bit.
So my dad was a taro farmer in Wainua when I grew up in Wainua Valley, and when that big I don't know if you remember that really big rain, huge rain that had like 40 days, 40 nights. That
I remember.
You remember that?
Yeah.
So our kalo patches, we had 7 huge, huge kalo patches. And when
In Wailua, yeah.
in Wailua, and when the big rain came, the intake,
The Hawaii,
yeah,
the Manu.
all blocked. So we lost water to our lo'i. And when my dad tried to access the state to come and give assistance because we needed help to clear the main intake, everybody washed their hands clean of that ditch. We lost everything. So this is like hits me to the core because that was our life.
Does your Ohana still have that aina?
We could still access the lease because our uncle holds the lease. But we as a family, now University of Hawaii was below us. So we lost the water, which meant they lost the water. But there was, out of all of us farmers, we were the only ones, and we would spend Saturdays as a family going and cutting along the ditch line, right?
Clean the Hawaii.
all the how coming in would put big roots that would block the water.
Jam them
So
all
we
up,
would
yeah.
cut, and have to lift big piles of roots and throw them up on the on the bank,
I
right?
already know what you mean.
Right?
All full of dirt and stuff too.
Yeah, it just heavy,
Heavy
heavy,
kind.
right? So we would have to clean, and throw. But my dad would make it a point that all of us would go in that stream at least once a month.
Oh my.
Yeah, and it, my children just said the other day, Mom, how come we didn't grow up like that? Because I didn't have my kids, right?
Right.
I was in high school at that time, and I think to myself, why they not growing up like that? Why they not up to their waist in mud, right? Learning how to space out the color, learning how to clean, learning how to pull weeds, and this right here is unacceptable because this is the very reason why our babies are cakey. They don't know what is hard work
Well, you know what they
because
tell?
they're not coming here.
You know what they tell? Like the taro patch right here. This is just for me and Kaimi guys coming and malaming this place and see how it's overgrown. This is a reflection of our energy right now.
Right.
This is where we're at in society and everything, and where our lives are at. You know. I mean, not that we couldn't maintain this place, but this is just a prime example. If we had all our stuff together and we was at where we're supposed to be, this place would be immaculate and all nice and cherry and
Yep.
abundant. But you know, we still going through all kind of pilikia in our life, and we know can be in the lo'i because they trying to take us out of the lo'i.
Pretty symbolic if you think about it, but you know, symbolic in the sense of just like the weeds overtaking the kalo.
It's ironic.
It is,
Yeah, they
you know.
the weeds. This is like the Babilan right here.
Yeah.
And this is our warriors. This is Haloa.
Yeah.
We is Haloa Nakas.
Yeah.
Is our Ohana. Is our Mo'ukohau.
Yeah.
Is our genealogy.
Absolutely.
Papa Wakea.
Absolutely. And you know, I think about it, yeah, Jess. People wrote after our fight with our Kuleana property in Moloa'a, Hila'a. You don't know if you guys never did know you own the land, is what people were writing in. We knew we owned that land from the time we were born.
Well, it's the thing. Everybody they get mixed up with ownership,
Right.
title,
Right.
and yeah, even from the Mahele, you know, they're issuing royal patents and land commission awards where in some sense it was a title to the Aina, you know.
Yeah.
But the whole Hawaiian concept of thinking, they never have ownership, and that's why so much Hawaiian families, they never did register their Aina under, you know, the land commission and whatnot. And that's why to this day, plenty Hawaiians, they no more lands too. They never did have Kuleana lands because it was never in their mentality for go bring one surveyor in and
No.
survey the place. It's like, wow, our boundary, no more boundaries. The boundary is the lo'i. Our interest is the lo'i. The taro patch is our food source. So wherever we go and plant the kalo, that is where we reside.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Well, and this is the thing, Jess, is how can we as Hawaiians own one living, breathing entity, right?
Yeah, no.
So
no
we
can.
didn't know that because to us this is part of us. This is breathing. This is a breathing, living entity. So to put our name as the fact that we staking one claim of ownership, how?
Yeah, it's,
You know?
That's why I had to correct Bernard Carvalho guys yesterday. They kept trying to steer the conversation into the title and this and that. It's like, hey, the point is, and what you guys keep steering away from, this comes down to our rights as Kanaka Mo'oli, our rights to the Awai, our rights to the lo'i, our customary and traditional rights to gather la'au, lapa'au, and la'i,
Absolutely.
make imu, whatever, you know, is our lifestyle, is our culture. And if you gonna strip our culture from us, I'm sorry to say it in a blunt way, but it's culture, it's genocide. You taking someone's lifestyles away, you forcing them to be American. It's like what is that? Isn't that culture of genocide?
Right. Yep. And you know, Jess, I sat in my bed till like 1 o'clock in the morning, and literally from head to toe was shaking, thinking, it's not a thing of the past. This feeling that I'm sure our ancestors, our kupuna, years ago must have felt like, wow, everything just getting stripped away. The crazy thing about it is it's never stopped. You know, I
Still
sat in my
ongoing.
bed and I literally, like, from head to toe felt this energy of you know, I told my children, I feel like fire in my body, for the reason being it never stopped. It continues. You guys, I sat there and I said, I come in here today for this very reason. You guys not doing nothing wrong. If you guys was, Jess, if you guys was practicing things that is plaguing this island, ice, drugs, all that energy that people losing their homes, losing their families because of that kind of stuff, I think, why are we pouring the police officers into that?
For real.
Right? I
Yeah.
think to myself, they came down in full force because you guys planting kalo.
Something backwards, yeah.
Backwards. You know, I go, this is all backwards.
That's
you
why
know?
my uncle guys too, because like how I was telling you, we've been going through all this heat and stuff with them, and they remind me every time, like, oh, just you go vehe yourself to the loi, and just remember what we're doing is right, and we are in the neutral, we're not in the wrong, so to clear the fear. And for all these times too, that's why we still stay here. It's like, yeah, I get this mana coming through me from all these, you know, kupuna and whatnot, and it's just clear the fear, and you know, we stay right here. We stay standing in the loi.
Right?
It's like, it's beautiful that.
You cannot be, in my heart and in my mind, you cannot be any more grounded. Right? You cannot be any more connected.
Ayo. For real.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of us, I should say. I'm proud of us because for so long we were told to be quiet. You know, we were told, no, even for a moment, I remember my dad saying that my grandmother would never speak Hawaiian in front of them. I remember my children's papa saying every time they would come around, his mother would stop speaking. Olelo Hawaii. It was embarrassing. And I think for so long we were told to be quiet. Gonna take us right now, yeah, the younger generation, to go,
No.
we're not gonna be quiet anymore. We're not gonna stay afraid to be Hawaiian. That was put on our ancestors so heavily. Pao, you cannot practice that already. Throw all that away. My friend got invited to be a student at Kamehameha schools. She couldn't trace her koko. Her grandmother burnt everything, Jess, showing that she was Hawaiian.
Trying to make her just straight be American.
Yeah, because you were made to be afraid of that. You were made to have to hide your practices, and like I said, I had so much energy the other night watching your videos. You know, watching the boys, watching the ohana come together. That I sat there and I said, no longer can we lay idle. That's the main thing. For so many years we were idle in our beliefs. We hid it. We sheltered it, but no more.
No more.
Yeah.
It's time us Kanakas we get back on the aina that is rightfully ours, and
Yep.
and just ku'e the heva that they doing to us, but mikpono, you know.
Yep.
How they tell in their own motto, ua mau ke eo kaina I ka pono. Isn't this righteous right here?
That's right. Absolutely.
You know, we all trying to make it, and it's like, what is Hawaii without Hawaiians?
Right? The saying is perfect. No Hawaiians, no aloha. I
For-
love that.
For real.
I love that. I love that. You know, you heard it a million times, and you know why? Couldn't be more spot on. That's like so dialed in. You wipe us out.
No
Everything.
more
I
aloha.
worked for 12 years, and I know we talked about this before, but I worked for 12 years on this side of the island in the restaurant business. And if I had $1 for every time I heard somebody say, I keep coming back because I fell in love with this place. I got off the airport. I work at the airport. I got off the airlines, and I instantly, there's an energy. Why?
Because the aloha spirit.
Absolutely. And who carries that?
All the Lahui, the Hawaiian Kanaka people.
Absolutely. And for me to hear all these years, wow, you're the first Hawaiian I met so far.
Or all the visitors.
All the visitors.
The airport.
In the airport, in my restaurant, it's so nice to hear that you know this place, because everybody else that I met so far, they couldn't tell me directions. They couldn't tell me the culture. I made my money for 12 years just off of being Hawaiian, because this is my connection, and I go, that's so awesome, you know. And that's exactly what it's supposed to be, connection. And then these guys come and visit, they fall in love. I'm gonna share it to you why you fall in love with this place. This is who we are, and the only reason why you fell in love is because you met us, and we're connected, right? And I think, oh, that's pretty cool. That's a awesome experience for me, you know. And thank you for visiting.
Thank you for visiting. Mahalo.
And have a safe flight back.
Safe flight back, cause you know we gotta malama our aina. We
Yeah, that's
cannot
right.
have too much cluster in the kind over here.
Yep.